the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is Iracing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Welcome everybody here to the North Wilkesboro Speedway here in North Wilkesboro in Wilkes County. Hope everybody's having a great Wednesday afternoon. I am a little bit under the weather, not feeling too hot. So I'm going to be doing my best until Wesley gets here, and then kind of let Wesley take over from there. So got a 100 lap modified race coming up here to you, and 20 lap street stock race. So gonna be fun. And we'll see who's going to get the pole for the big 100 lapper as we welcome everybody in here as the Madhouse Racing League presents the Hall of Fame 120. Second part of their throwback week here for your throwback week here at North Wilkesboro. So it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to get the pole here as Wesley Outland, the professional, I should say, has joined the booth with us. Let him get all set up and get down trackside and see who's going to grab the pole here for tonight's main event on 100 laps. Oh yeah, the modifieds are pretty fun as well. And Wesley, I want to let the fans out there know after qualifying, I believe we're going to have a little warm up session. This is their throwback week, so basically, if you guys at home don't know what throwback week is they do it at Hickory with the Cars Tour. You kind of throw back to your favorite paint scheme that you like, or something that kind of catches your eye, or a lot of people, Wesley, do it because of kind of their family paint schemes. No, so they actually switched the street stock race to last to go ahead and get the 100 lapper out of the way. Everybody was kind of wanting to get the 100 lapper out of the way before it got too late, and then that way they could have kind of more fun with the 20 lap race, because 20 laps is nothing around Wilkesboro. So, but yeah, on Sunday also they run twin sportsman races, and they run a stadium stock race. And man, the lights went out at Wilkesboro. That was probably the wildest iRacing broadcast I've ever done, Wesley. It was just, they were racing around the racetrack, and it was just like, how it happened at Langley, the lights just went out, and you couldn't see nothing. So it was pretty interesting, to say the least. Yes, I was live during the broadcast, and the lights just went out. It was daylight, and then it was dark, and you could hardly even see the cars on the track, and they were still racing and having a blast. For sure. And we also are getting word that there's going to be an invert. They're actually in their drawing for the invert right now. So basically, where you start, where you qualified, is the how they draw the order. So there'd be an invert. I think they do 2, 4, 6, 8, or something like that, in that nature. Some weeks they do the invert, and some weeks they don't. So it just kind of depends. So we will see an invert here. So Kyler Staley might have some work to do to get to the front. You never know. Yep, it looks like they are doing that now, and it just has concluded. So be going 100 laps here, and Wesley, I got to ask you, do you think tire saving is going to come into factor here with the 100 laps of the modifieds, or do you think it's just going to kind of be a straight out hard dash to the finish? Yes, for sure, for sure. And and I'm actually getting the lineup sent to me as we speak. And I agree with you. You know, you got to kind of weigh your pros and cons. You kind of be patient. Yeah, there's only 10 cars, but a lot can happen with 10 cars on the racetrack. I mean, I've seen craziness happen with 5 cars on the racetrack. So, I mean, you got to weigh your pros and cons, and you got to kind of, you know, take your time. I mean, it's a tight racetrack. You can run the top here, you can run the bottom here, and it's hard racing. It's going to be you're going to see a lot of side by side racing, and you're probably going to see 3 wide racing. I know in the sportsman race, the front pack was 3 wide more than they were 2 wide. So on Sunday night, so you're definitely probably going to see that here in the modifieds as well. And looks like we got the lineup. Kyler Staley, it was a full field redraw. So basically that means how they qualified is the order they redrew in. So basically Kyler went first, then Dominic. And Kyler Staley gets to keep the pole position, so he got a good redraw. Colton Brooks will be on the outside of him on road 1. Brian Sykes Jr. and Dominic Lumley will be on road 2. Timothy Walters and Zach Staley will be row 3. Jackson Casper and Billy Gregg will be row 4. And Chase Pierce and Nate Gregg will be your final starting row. It was a full field invert. So basically the way nope. So the way they do it is, so it's a full field redraw. So Kyler Staley picked a number 1 through 10, and they put everybody, but he still got the pole. So Colton Brooks qualified 5th, but he's starting 2nd. So that's just how the redraw worked. Is he got to go from 5th to 2nd, and then like Dominic Lumley, he started on the 2nd position, and he'll be starting 4th. So he lost 2 positions on the redraw. So it kind of puts a mixture in things and makes it more strategic to put a show on for the race fans out there watching. And man, this is cool, Wesley. I gotta say, the sportsman race, they didn't have very many throwbacks, but this here in the modifieds, they've got a bunch of different throwbacks, and it's cool to see all these old school schemes out here racing at one time, especially at North Wilkesboro. Yeah, definitely looks like the left front there on that number 99 machine. Looks like it's tore off of it. So not the way he wants to start the night out there in that number 99. Very, very early on, 7 laps in of 100. And he's going to come down pit road. I'm sure he's going to have to use his fast repair to get it fixed. There you see the fast repair. And he should be rolling off here in just a few minutes.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we're back.
Back here on Elevated TV, just getting started with this modified throwback Hall of Fame 100. As they get ready to come back to the restart box off of turn 4. Through the gearboxes, they pick up speed, and we are back underway. 9 of 100 laps right now. Whoa, look out, trouble! Chase Pierce, Colton Brooks, and a host of other cars. Tangle in 2. Caution out as quickly as we went back to green.
Yeah, as we take a look here at the 77 machine, Colton Brooks looks like Staley gave Staley a shot. His dad gave him a shot there off of 4 and got him going. And Pierce with a big arc mode. Whoa! Zach Staley drove it off in there, and Chase Pierce gets in the back of the 13 machine, and everybody does a great job to avoid both of them.
Well, that didn't need to happen.
No, that's for sure.
So we've got Kyler Staley still up in front. Colton Brooks fell back. It looks like Zach Staley did as well. It looks like they're going to put some cars to the back. Zach Staley, Kyler Staley. And we'll get ready to reset them here.
And they do a choose cone here with the modifieds. Basically, you won't be able to see the choose cone, but they use the finish line as the choose cone. You'll see them here, tucking inside, outside. There you see. So that's another neat little thing they do here.
Right now, we'll get ready for these drivers to get ready for a restart. The Staley family up in front. Tyler Staley, Zach Staley, front row, lights off on the pace car. Pace car dips onto pit lane. Here come the field, back off 4, back to green. Caution laps are counting, by the way, in the effort to hope speed this race up as well.
You see Staley there. We got Staley versus Staley, so we got to call him by their first name, which makes it even more confusing. Because Zach Staley, I don't know, something happened to that car.
No, something happened to Zach. Zach attack, and the caution is out for the 7. What in the world?
I'm not too sure what happened there. I don't know if he ran out of gas, or it sounds like the engine is off of the 7 machine. He's gonna hopefully coast it back to pit road and try to make it. It looks like I'm guessing he ran out of gas, Wesley.
Oh, he lost power. Something going on with the number 7, Zach Staley on pit road. Wow. I don't think he could run out of gas that fast, right? I mean, hopefully he filled up the tank. Let's see a replay. I mean, what in the world? It just looked like it.
It just looked like he died.
Lost power. Just lost power. Wow.
I'm not sure on that one.
Did he knock it out of gear?
That would be. I mean, the only thing I can think of is either he ran out of gas or he lost power, because he's been struggling with the setup here recently. These last couple races, trying to get everything ready. And
find out real quickly. Zach Staley, it's the broadcast booth. What happened to your car number 7, buddy?
I'm a dummy and didn't put the right setup in for the race. I put the qualifying setup, so I was going for the lead and lost fuel.
Yeah, I called it.
Ran out of fuel. What a tough break there.
Yeah,
well, you still got plenty of time, Zach, though. You could probably try to get back in this thing.
Yeah, that thing was moving, man.
It was. That's Zach Staley. So a mistake made during qualifying setup instead of race setup causes him to run out of fuel. Cody, you called it. You called it perfectly. You were dead on.
Well, and these they run open setups, and open setup is pretty much everybody's not on the same setup. So and the only thing I could really think of is he forgot to put fuel in the race car. I mean, I know he's been struggling with getting in the lobbies, and when he gets in the lobbies, having struggles with his setup. But the only other thing I could have thought of was running out of fuel, and that's exactly what happened.
So let's just say this. He's not out of the race yet. He's just going to be at the rear of the field when we get ready to go back for a restart. The mighty modifieds here at North Wilkesboro, ready to come to green as the pace car comes on the pit road. We're back underway. Where one Staley struggles, another Staley is now taking advantage. Soaring, Tyler Staley. Oh, we got one spin into the bottom of the racetrack. Caution out. I believe that's Billy Gregg. It is. Billy Gregg goes around. Yellow flag comes out again, guys. Third caution in a row. 20 laps into it. Here's a replay of what happened.
Looks like he got a shot from Colton Brooks, and it does not look like it got a good restart there. Oh no, the 28, his own son, Nate Gregg. Nope, that's not Nate Gregg. Who is that? Let's see.
That's Nate Gregg, it is.
Yeah, it is Nate Gregg. Nate Gregg, his own son.
Ironically, we've had father-son moments, or Staley, Gregg moments of the last two cautions in unison. And this is not what we needed to have happen. We needed to get in line, ride and drive, knock off laps, get to about 50, 60 laps, and then start to put the pedal to the metal. But these guys in these modifieds, they only know how to do one thing, and that is go, go, go. Shameless plug for the modifieds, like these cars, the 600 horsepower tour type mods and the 750 horsepower super modifieds of ISMA and the Midwest Super Modified Series. They're going to be at Caraway Speedway for the prestigious 22nd annual North-South Shootout beginning tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday on Race in America. I'll be in the broadcast booth as well as Derek Bernasiglio and Randy Pettit. So make sure you join us for that event coming up this weekend, if you can, Caraway Speedway. I got a feeling, Cody, that place is going to be packed.
Oh yeah,
it's always a big event.
Randy Pettit, he's a cool dude. He always trigs me out because of all of his flashy suits he always wears. That man is always looking flashy.
Here's the thing about middle of October, actually, end of October, October 26th, if I remember it correctly, a couple of weeks ago. Me and him worked a race with Alan Todd at Caraway, and we were sitting down there working with each other, and I said, Randy, as long as we've known each other for over a decade or so, we've never called a race with one another. And we had a really fun time working with Randy Pettit, so we'll be working with him. And, of course, the man of modifieds, Derek Bernasiglio. That guy's up from northeast. And He knows these cars inside and out, knows these drivers inside and out as well. RacingAmerica.tv. Order the pay-per-view coverage if you haven't done so of this race. It'll be a great one at Caraway as we go back to green at North Wilkesboro. And look at this. Kyler Staley still up in front of Pied Piper. Dominique Lumley now. Dominique is up to 2. Nate Gregg working back to 3rd as they're on the inside, Cody. And whoa, we got one sideways. I believe it's Zach Staley again loose. This time he saves it, doesn't go around. Will stay green, but he lost a lot of ground from the leader.
Yeah, he definitely lost a lot of ground. Definitely not the way you wanted to. What you wanted to do this early on, and just gotta hope these guys get racy and later on have a caution and he can regroup and get back up there.
He lost about 6.5 seconds for what just happened. This is the Madhouse Racing League. This is the, of course, twin. Well, it's the Madhouse, and we got another caution. All of Dominique Lumley. He was in the top 3. He goes around. Caution out again here on lap number 28.
Yeah, and it looks like he just lost it up a 2. Doesn't look like nobody even was around him or touched him. Just like he kind of overdrove, got in the gas a little too soon, and spun it down the middle of the backstretch. And there you see it.
So another caution flag out here for the Madhouse Racing League at North Wilkesboro Speedway. As again, we saw Zach Staley almost go around. Here's a look at right now where we are. Race summary closing in on lap 30, 29 of 100. 100 laps to distance, 71 to go. There's been 5 cautions, 17 caution laps, 4 lead changes so far in this race.
Definitely been a caution-filled race so far. Hopefully we can get everything aired out here in the first 50, and maybe we'll have a good, clean race the last 50, Wesley.
Lights already off on the pace car. We'll get ready to turn them loose again. By the way, don't forget you can join us every Sunday and Wednesday night, I believe. Am I right, Cody, for coverage of the Madhouse Racing League?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Pace car is in. Here we go. Back to green.
Nate Gregg not with a good start there through 1 and 2. This going on for 3rd with Nate Gregg and Brian Sykes.
What a battle there going on between Greg Sykes and Brooks going at it. Everyone else patiently watching on top 2, pulling away of Kyler Staley and Chase Beard. Working into 4. Another lap on the board as we're single file. Kyler Staley hitting his marks perfectly. He's up in front. And that Hayes Jewelers Sink Tower throwback, number 83, for the Rocket Tim Brown from Tobaccoville, North Carolina. Or Brown Summit, actually, now where he resides. Kyler Staley, a name also being, of course, fragmented at the Madhouse with the Staley family. Very disappointed, Cody. I thought we would have had a lot more modified show up tonight for this race. I really would have.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know, on Sunday night we only had about 12 sportsmen's, and I think we had only like 8 stadium stock show up. So kind of about the same amount of cars on Sunday as tonight. But yeah, I was definitely hoping for some more modifieds, just because the modifieds are fun and it's Wilkesboro.
Gotta ask you, Cody, I know you're right out of Swansboro, buddy. What's your take of the announcement yesterday of running the Crown Vics at Carteret County in December? I'll be calling that event at the Race of Champions.
I have said, Wesley, up here in Indiana, the Crown Vics is the late models. I mean, that you go to any track and you got 30 to 50 Crown Vics every weekend up here where I'm at. And I've said from day one since I moved up here that Crown Vics down there would be the best class ever. It's affordable. Yeah, they run DOT tires. The tires are $100 a piece. That's $400 a tire. Throw a roll cage in it. Run a stock, cop car Crown Vic or a Crown Vic from a junkyard, and you got a race car. I mean, they're not hard to build. They're not hard to work on them. Every one of them's the same because it's all got to be a Crown Vic. So, I mean, I'm excited to see how that goes. I seen Tri-County ran them this past weekend, and they had a good showing.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very fun to watch. And by the way, we're approaching lap number 40 of this race for the modifieds as they roar on. There's a battle for the lead. Kyler Staley, Chase Pierce are going at it. Street stocks, by the way, they're coming up next. And that's got to be a quick race, by the way. Obviously, Cody, that's a 20-lapper.
Yeah, that's going to be. They usually get done with that one pretty quick. It's fun, it's exciting. And and like I was telling you, I was talking to Staley before the race. I said, man, I hope the lights don't go out. And 'cause Sunday night, the lights, it got dark if you weren't here.
You have to send me the link of that because I'd love to watch it. I'd love to see it. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, no, it was probably the most eventful broadcast. The lights went out at one point in the second twin. The lights went out. They had two sets of two different cars wrecking each other like good old-fashioned Bowman Gray. There was cars flipping over the pit wall. I mean, it was just, everywhere you looked, there was excitement. So it was kind of hard not to miss anything. And then it was dark on top of it, so it was just all out loud.
Rockingham was doing an event with Crown Vics called the Crown 9 this year. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and mentioning
they're bringing it back again. They're doing a 9-race series or 8-race series in 2025. So that was popular.
And and like we were talking about Crown Vics, the Salem, the Halloween 200, man, they had 80 cars show up, and they started them at Salem, Indiana. I mean, I was there. We were actually in the race. We started 37th, and we finished 12th out of 80 cars. So we couldn't complain about that, and we finished with all the fenders on the car. So I think Crown Vics, man, are gonna be a good treat down there for them guys. It's like I said, it's an affordable class.
Hey, that's a win in itself, trying to survive and finish with your car intact at that track for sure.
Oh yeah, and CRA is actually doing this kind of the same thing that the Rockingham's doing. Except, I think CRA's taking over as we got a caution.
Longest green flag run of the race we've had, and now we got a car going around. I think it's Timothy Walter, by the way. 44.
Right front.
On time and scoring. That's the number 12. And you see his car rolling away. Here's a look at a replay for the 2 star. Had a little contact off the side of Lumley. That's what sent the 2 around. He'll come down pit road. All right, hey, while we're under this caution, we're coming to halfway. Cody, tell me about some of these throwback colors on some of these guys' cars. Obviously, we talked about the Tim Brown throwback for Rockin' and the 83 of the leader, Kyler Bailey. Who's some other guys we're watching here with their throwback colors?
It looks like Billy Gregg's rocking a throwback. Let's actually, while we got a second, let's drag him up here. Billy Gregg, Rooster in the booth, you got me?
Yes, sir.
While we're on the halfway caution right fast, walk me through your throwback.
This is Tim DeWiggins' car from, I don't know, it's got to be
70s?
Late 80s, maybe.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so, it's just a car that I remember from my childhood, and just had it already painted and decided to run it tonight.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a nice looking race car, and obviously it's looking at some of these throwback colors, and definitely, man, it's like a trip down memory lane, remembering where you grew up with racing or how you became a fan of the passion of the sport, isn't it?
Oh, he has left us there.
He said, "Damn you, Wesley! I won't talk to you." Who the hell's this guy? That's not Cody Beaver.
Yeah, right.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I want to get Jackson Casper. I'm kind of curious, Wesley, to hear about his.
Yeah.
There he is.
Let's grab my buddy Jackson Casper, who, by the way, was the 602 modified champion of the season at Caraway Speedway as well, by virtue of just setting fast time. We didn't even get to race because of the weather. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm getting ready for the North-South Shootout. This is my little refresher to get ready for it.
Oh yeah, me as well. I dropped off the car today, Caraway.
There we go. Let's get ready for a restart. And we'll grab Jackson Casper again here in just a moment as the field comes back to green. Jackson Casper, if you can, while you're racing, I think you're in the top 5, but man, tell us a little bit about your throwback colors on the 47. We lost him as well as we got him wrecking. Oh no! Trouble, crash, and oh my goodness, Jackson Casper got involved in it. The Shell Advanced Auto Parts 47.
Nate Gregg involved, Brian Sykes involved, Dominic Lumley involved, Zach Staley involved.
We jinxed him. Yeah, you know that, right?
Yeah, we did.
I'll hold you responsible. Here's a look at a replay. Now we can bring Jackson Casper back in here. Jackson, I'm sorry you crashed, buddy, but tell us a little bit about your throwback colors.
Sorry, Wesley, I can't really hear you. Can you repeat that?
I said, I'm sorry that you crashed, but tell us a little bit about your throwback colors on the 47.
Yeah, so the throwback car here, it's actually my grandfather's car that they ran on the Southern Wheeling Modified Tour. And that's actually the same numbers I use on my car today. And the number 47, you see the design of it. My first year in the modified, I actually had some of my grandfather's numbers that were these exact numbers that you see on the car today, and I used those my first year.
And that's really cool. That's really cool.
Yep, this was Andy Seuss's car. He drove this in the Southern Tour. Andy Sice. Yeah, he drove this in the Southern Tour, and he also, I think he drove this car, or it was the 11 car at Bowman Gray one time. I think it was the 11.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, it did remind me a lot of the Andy Sice colors when he was a 3-time NASCAR Wheeling Southern Modified Tour champion as well. So, yeah. Well, Jackson, I'll see you at Caraway this weekend, buddy. Have fun.
All righty. Hopefully I'll see you in Victory Lane.
That's the plan. Racing America have coverage all 3 nights of that event. The 22nd annual North-South Shootout. We'll step away. We'll take a break. More from Wilkesboro as we're in the second half of this Throwback Hall of Fame 100 for the Modifieds. Lights off for the pace car. They'll be coming down to the pit lane. It'll be under 40 laps, or over 40 laps to go. 41 laps to go to be exact as this race nears the end. Everybody's still intact. Chase Pierce, Zach Staley up in front. We're back to green at Wilkesboro.
Oh!
Oh, Nelly. Hold on to it, buddy. And there is the number 7 of Zach Staley, man. He just ain't having a good night. Every time he tries to get up to the front, he gets shuffled to the back. And remember, it all started when on a restart, he ran out of fuel. You called it, Cody. He was in qualifying setup. He didn't even realize he was.
Yeah, he definitely, and all iRacers have done it. Wesley. I mean, yeah, but especially in these open setups, because a lot of guys are so used to running fixed setups, they don't have to worry about it. Because with the fixed setups, you can't adjust your setup and your gas and all that. So it happens. And sometimes you forget to do it in the real world. It's not on lap 4. You do it on lap 50.
This is the Madhouse Racing League, the modifieds at North Wilkesboro. Got a feeling when they put Bowman Gray on iRacing, people are going to jump in the bid, obviously, to do that series too.
Oh yeah, and I have to say when Bowman Gray gets on here, the Madhouse Racing Series is probably going to be stuck at Bowman Gray. So probably going to have some long nights of racing there.
So the All-Star Throwback race rolls on here for these modifieds. We're closing in. On the home stretch of this, it's been caution field, but then there's been those long green flag runs, which we're seeing now.
And Wesley, we've got a new overlay here on the left-hand side of your screen. Let's see who the highest gain position of the race is here. The leader.
The leader. Look at that. He gained 9 positions because he started at the rear. Or he went to the back, then he worked his way back to the front. That's how good Chase Pierce's car is. And that 70-70 had problems earlier tonight.
That's your highest gaining position right there. Chase Pierce, your race leader. As Dominic Lumley has gotten around Kyler Staley, it looks like he made an adjustment when they went in the pits a while ago, and he's figured something out on his car, and he's gotten a lot better trying to run down Brian Sykes.
Don't forget the street stocks are coming up next. As soon as we finish the modified race, the street stocks will be running a 20-lapper, part of the All-Star Throwback 120. And 30 laps to go. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is when I said you need to hit that go button, and they're going for it.
Staley has picked up the pressure.
Brian Sykes as well. Dominic Lumley, Tyler Staley off the pace. He fell back to 3rd.
And Staley knows Chase Pierce is fast, and he knows he's got to go. And now's his time. He's got to put the pedal to the metal and go hard.
Got to go hard or go home, no doubt.
Here comes Lumley looking to the inside. Brooks is there as well. Staley going to get in the wall right there. Tap it just a little bit. It's all going on for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
What a run by Chase Pierce patiently right now up in front. What a phenomenal job doing exactly what he needs to do, staying up in front. As we're about to be 3/4 of the way through, up high. There goes again the battle for the win. Staley now, push back, and there's contact. Oh, he's in the wall. Is that Lumley? Yes, it is. Caution out for Dominic Lumley. He went from the penthouse, or at least up in the suite, to the outhouse now. Caution out for him again.
So take a quick look here at the replay. Gonna drive it off in there and get real loose there. And then tries to save it and then bumps into the wall there. And everybody does a great job of avoiding.
A look at it again. Boy, that 62, they were racing aggressively. It was getting very intense until all of a sudden you saw that move by Lumley, and then he turned up into the pack. Luckily, nobody was there. What a great save by Colton Brooks to miss him, as well as Billy Gregg. And it's only a single car incident now with, 23 laps to go when they come back to the line.
23 laps to go, and Zach Staley getting laps back. And Pierce doing a phenomenal job just staying out front.
Don't forget to join us for the Madhouse Iracing League every Sunday and Wednesday night.
Also,
7 o'clock on Sunday as well. 7 o'clock.
Yep, and also wanted to say, make sure you join us on Monday nights at 7:30, as we've got the return of the Southeast Racing League. Cody Griffin over there.
Yeah.
One of the the Charger cars. Charger car driver of Cody Griffin. He's the handles all that.
Like Airway.
Yep, I seen that as well. So they roll into. They were supposed to race this Monday at Myrtle Beach, twin 30s for the street stocks and a 40-lap late model race, and some family emergencies come up, so they didn't get to do that. So he's looking to roll back into Myrtle Beach this Monday night at 7:30 and try to get up a win. As him and Gary Ledbetter, or not Gary Ledbetter, Dalton Ledbetter had a photo finish in the street stocks at IRP. Ledbetter beat him by 3/1000ths of a second.
There you go. Dalton Ledbetter picked up his first career limited late model win back at the Halloween Spooktacular, and Cody Griffin won in the Challengers. Jackson Casper, we spoke to him earlier. He won in the 602 Modified Championship for the season. 20 to go. Next time by here at Wilkesboro, and they're getting Nancy in the back.
Yes, Staley.
Behind Lumley. Look at this.
Here comes Brooks. Lumley. Nate Gregg there. Nate Gregg working the top. Nate Gregg won the Sportsman race on Sunday night, the first win. So he's looking to...
Whoa! Little shot, and they got a caution. We're wrecking again. And it is this time Kyler Staley putting us under caution. Well, it seemed like everybody else in one shape or another has been caught up in an accident, Cody. It was bound to happen to the Sink Tower Hayes 83 of Kyler Staley.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure what happened there to him to get him in the back, not unless he got sent to the rear for the incident with Lumley, and Lumley got a spot back. Looks like he just spun on his own there. So I'm not too sure how he even got in the back.
By the way, don't forget, coming up next, it will be the Street Stocks. They will be ready to go for their 20-lapper.
Also, want to throw this out there on Elevated TV. Your announcer, Cody Demers, will be racing his legend car at Southern National for the December 6th, 7th, and 8th race. For going after $25,000 a win.
So Cody's going to be at Southern National, just down the road from me, man. We need to get together and grab a steak.
Do what now?
I live in Smithfield. We need to get together and grab dinner.
Yes, sir, for sure. Whoa, man!
Oh, they're not going to have any dinner plans later. Costage crashed. Oh, no, they're Staley again. Staley and Lumley, and this time Lumley's not going to recover from that.
The right front ripped off.
The right front is just sheared and tethered and torn away, dangling as he rolls down pit road. This is over for the 62, and now the tire completely just came off. Here's a look at the replay. My goodness, Staley airborne. Oh, are you glad they got virtual catch fencing?
Yes, sir, because he'd have been in the pit. He'd have been in the grandstands. Yeah.
He about to say, "I believe I can fly."
Let's
boy, oh boy.
Let's go on board there with him in that one.
Oh, this will be a good camera angle right here. This should be scary. Take a look. Watch this. Going to the corner on board with Staley. Take a watch and listen. Oh! I mean, I'm all right. I think I'm all right. We're going to come back to green with 15, make it 14 laps to go.
This is on board with Dominic Lumley on the restart here before...
Oh, there's a replay again still. Okay, here we go. Replay.
We're on board with Lumley. We're going to see just what happened with Staley.
Staley's on his inside. Whoa! Whoa!
It's almost like you use him as a ramp.
Wheel hop, if you will, as they call it. Wheel hop in sprint car racing. Those big wheels stick out, obviously. Big wide tires can definitely be used as a wheel hop. As here comes the mighty modifieds, ready to rumble. Here we go, off turn 4. 13 laps to go in the All-Star Throwback 100. Coming to the end of it now. This is where the rubber meets the road, literally. And you better put yourself in position to win. As Pierce and Sykes battle side by side in the 3.
Sykes on the bottom, Pierce on the outside. Sykes not giving up, fighting hard. As here comes Nate Gregg, making it a 3-way battle for the race lead.
So Nate Gregg up there in that spot. That's that course number 28, the white car. On the inside, here he comes, battling the Velocity USA colors for Bad Brad Smith. Very wide, almost through the block on Colton Brooks. Brooks had to get on the binders. He'll bob and weave and weasel his way back on the outside with 10 to go this time by.
And look who's made his way back up to the top 5. That blue number 83 has snuck his way back in there. Oh, Nate Gregg through the grass. 4 wide down the back stretch.
Look at that. Boy, they're desperate times now, right?
They are going, we said earlier they were going hard, but they are pushing the cars to the limits now. It's 9 laps to go in this one.
Single digits remain. 9 to go, 8 to go at the line. Look at this battle now. There's the 17 climbing back into it. And look at also Tyler Staley trying to fight and get around Billy Gregg, Colton Brooks. Boy, that 31 of the 83 throwback of Tim Brown starting to come back through the field. He's had a good car all night, but he's running out of time though, Cody. 8 to go, 7 at the line.
Definitely going to, looking to run out of time, trying to get around Billy Gregg, and looks like everybody trying to make that bottom work way down there by that curb, and Chase Pierce, the only one running up at the top of the racetrack other than Brian Sykes, and we got a 4-car battle for second.
Well, I thought they were going to go 3 wide there for a second. 4 cars for second spot going at it. And while that goes on, Chase Pierce is gone like a thief in the night. 2 seconds ahead of the field. To the line, a handful from your flagman, 5 to go at the Wilkesboro Speedway. And we got a caution. Caution is out.
Looks like it's going to be Colton.
It's Dominique. It's, Colton Brooks involved. Or is it Lumley again?
Looks like it's going to be Colton Brooks.
Colton Brooks, car 13. Here's a replay of what happened. And by the way, it was right here in this pack. Oh, there's a push, there's a shove, there's a bang. Nowhere to go for Brooks out of the outside wall. Colton Brooks. Boy, just getting a little aggressive there, getting a little excessive, fighting for that spot. But would you have it any other way? It's coming down to the end. And now I got a feeling now, Cody, we're going to overtime here.
Yeah, definitely going into overtime. Going to be 3 laps to go. We make it back to the white, the race will be official. So that's all Chase Pierce is trying to do is get back to the white. Looks like this is going to be a single file restart as well, Wesley, as we're coming back to pace cars off.
Ready to come to the line. Here they go. Back to green. Shootout time here at Wilkesboro. They're still in the regular scheduled distance. They could try to finish it up here as they work off 3 and 4. Chase Pierce behind them. Iracing trouble. Oh, it's Iracing 4. Caution is not out. The white flag is waving. 1 to go. Chase Pierce up in front. They race to the finish. Pierce, Sykes, Gregg gets around Sykes for second. Meanwhile, Chase Pierce comes to the line and wins easily. The Throwback All-Star 100 in Wilkesboro. There were 4 cars fighting for the bridesmaid spot off turn 4, and Billy Gregg will be credited for the runner-up spot. Kyler Kepley comes back to finish 3rd. Here's a look at the wild 2-lap shootout, Cody. Set it up for us, my friend.
Yep, as we see, looks like Nate Gregg not happy there with Timothy Walters. And they're going to drive it down here into turn number 1 and 2. Nate Gregg trying to get back to the back bumper of the number 2 machine. And Nate Gregg gets in here, drives in there, gets into the back of the 2 car, and
whoa!
They're just along for the ride.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Timothy Walter and Nate Gregg, and then by the time that happened, wow, look what happened to Gregg up on the wall. He had no other choice but to exit and retire from the race. And here comes the field rumbling off turn number 3 and 4, down to the line, and it was Chase Pierce to pick up the win. Chase Pierce wins the Throwback All-Star 100 here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. There's the results. Chase Pierce, Billy Gregg, Kyler Staley coming back in that Sink Tower. Hayes Jewelers finishing in 3rd. The throwback to Tim Brown. What a run. Brian Sykes Jr. Jackson Casper, top 5 finish. Yeah.
Yeah, Jackson Casper coming out of having to get in that big mayhem pile up there in 1 and 2 on that start, coming back to rebound for a top 5. Colton Brooks, Zach Staley coming home 7th, and Zach Staley, after running out of gas and then having the troubles that he had, comes home 7th. Timothy Walters 8th, Nate Gregg 9th, and Dominic Lumley rounds out your top 10. And
we're going to knock these interviews out of here very, very quickly before we transfer into the street stock portion of the race. Let's grab the winner of the race. Congratulations, Chase Pierce. 46 laps, led of 100. This number 77 machine looked really, really good. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. It was pretty tough coming to the back, having internet issues before the race started all the way up until the draw. You know, I wasn't sure if I'd even get to run tonight, but my internet got its stuff together, and we was able to make our way through the field there and get it done.
And with the exception of a couple of 30-lap green flag runs, it felt like Rock'em Sock'em Robots out there tonight. How did you avoid it?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was the only guy that didn't pit. I mean, I figured once I get the lead, I ain't going to the back, you know. I mean, I've been in traffic time again and got involved in some incidents. I mean, I just figure I get to control the restarts and keep everybody behind me, and I'll be able to keep my nose clean and hopefully get it done, and that's what happened.
Well, buddy, congratulations to you. Good luck in the street stock race coming up next. Let's go down to Billy Gregg. We'll grab Billy, and the driver will finish in the 98 second place. Billy, your take of this race, man. You did have a share of highs and lows, but what a way to come back and finish second. 4 cars battling for the bridesmaid spot behind Pierce at the checkered flag.
Yeah, we got in a wreck early there. Went to the rear and just kind of rode around for a little while. After we took our tires at lap 50, we decided we had to go. There was a lot of other cars that did not have a fast repair, so we figured everybody was going to be a little more careful. But we somehow got back up to second, had a good point tonight, finished in front of Staley. Roll into Martinsville next week, like 10, 12 points back. We're right where we want to be.
Nashville
Nashville next week, I believe is where we're being told we're going to. So, Billy, was that the strategy, though, man, after you started having problems earlier in the race? Was it just smart to just hang back and, you know, basically just be patient and work your way up when it was time to go? Hit that go button, as I said in the broadcast at the beginning, and that's pretty much what got you second?
Well, yeah, I mean, so everybody gets one fast repair. Well, I had to use mine on like lap 5, so I knew that I had to be really careful the rest of the race not to get into whatever kind of shenanigans might be happening, and just kind of bide my time and wait till it was time to go.
I like the word shenanigans. There you go. There's the thoughts of Billy Gregg. He'll finish in that number 2 spot. Let's grab now third place man, Kyler Staley. Kyler in that, of course, Sink Tower, Hayes Jewelers, Tim Brown Rocket Throwback. 31 will finish in third. What a comeback, though, man. You had your share of some good runs, some bad luck. You led 46 laps. What do you feel like what changed for you around the race? And obviously, you know, you were up front. You had really, really good run at the beginning. What's your take on finishing on the podium for third place?
I just couldn't stay out of the wall, and it killed the right front. and I didn't want to use my fast spray when I pitted for tires because I figured we'd wreck again and I'd get caught in it.
There you go.
But
There you
I
go.
didn't. So,
man, what did it mean? What was the reasoning of having the throwback car for Tim Brown? Is he like one of your favorite drivers, your hero, whatnot?
no, I can't stand Tim Brown. I like Burt Myers, but I just liked Tim Brown's colors, I guess, red, white, and blue.
Right. Okay.
And then I had to run red, white, and blue. You know, my man Trump, all up in that.
Yes, sir.
Damn
Last night
president.
was a special night, wasn't it, buddy? Yes, sir. I think a lot of people are damn happy for sure. Definitely. Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
Well, Kyler, thanks, buddy. We appreciate it, man. And for everybody that's joining us on Elevated TV, that's the podium for the All-Star Throwback Modified race. Now we're going to go street stock racing, and we're back with more to set that up when we come back from North Wilkesboro.
Coming up to the line, being chased, and it was Braden Johnson. Unbelievable finish. It was 1/1000th of a second between them.
Green flag in the air. We are racing in the 2020 24 Hours of Daytona.
They go door to door for the feature race lead here on the last lap of the race. Side by side for the race lead in the final corner at Homestead.
Down the back straightaway, 3 wide again for the race lead. This is unbelievable stuff here tonight.
Loma is going to have to be very deep on the brakes, and he is very deep on the brakes. It's side by side through the corner. This is for the win.
It'll be side by side. Davies low, Ottinger high. To the very inside is Garrett low. 4 wide at the stripe. For Audie's win here on this outside line. Neck and neck. Who's going to back out? Does anyone back out? Verstappen starts to squeeze on the inside, and now he'll try and straight line it. Goes under the apron. Drag race to the line. It's so close to call.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is Iracing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Alright, we are live. Welcome back here, everybody. We are here for the street stock portion of the Madhouse Racing League as this Madhouse Racing League presents the Hall of Fame 120 here at North Wilkesboro Speedway in North Wilkesboro. And me and Wesley just got the first 50 laps were eventful. The last 50 laps were even better. And the last 10 laps, in my opinion, were, really good as well. So definitely pretty cool to see some of the throwbacks that we've seen, and hoping to see some even cooler throwbacks here in the street stock division, Wesley. Guessing Wesley stepped away here. What time she fell asleep? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of practice. 20 seconds left here. The way it's going to work is qualifying. Everybody's going to pill draw for position. And while they're pill drawing, we're going to drag people up here with throwbacks for the street stocks and ask them why they chose the throwback that they chose. So, see a couple different throwbacks here so far out there. So, gonna be cool as the checker flag has fallen on practice. So, Chase L. Pierce.
No qualifying, right? They're gonna pill draw and they're gonna come out here and run their 20-lap race.
Yes, sir.
There we go. All right.
And while they pill draw, the cars that load in are gonna be the cars we interview, as far as throwbacks.
So let's try to bring in some guys. We talked to earlier. Who did we speak with? So here's the 13. Wait a minute. What is this? This is another 15-minute session?
Nope. This is qualifying. So they're going to bring them out they're going to bring the throwback cars out on the front stretch, and then we're going to draw them out and interview them while they pill draw. This is what I'm looking at.
I got you. Cody, I only got 20 more minutes, buddy, and I'm about to bolt. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
So look at these beautiful-looking cars. The street stocks now getting ready to come down the front stretch, and I love them. I love these cars, the throwback cars. Look at them now getting all lined up. Hey, that's my voice on public address. You hear it, right? At North Wilkesboro?
Yep.
That's not me. Shut up, Cody.
Alrighty, so we're going to go down the list. Colton Brooks, we're going to drag him up here first. There he is.
All right, Colton, it's the broadcast booth, buddy. Tell us a little bit about your throwback race car here. What is that? Is that Boyo World?
No, it represents Dylan Ward and Trevor Ward. I really liked them in the late model stock, so this is what I've been running this year, and I think Brant that made this paint scheme did a hell of a job on it, so shout out to him.
There you go. There's your story. I like that car. Shout out to obviously the Ward family, Ward Performance out of Winston-Salem, and there's the rear end of the race car there for Colton Brooks. All right, now who we got now? We got Greg?
Yep, we got Billy Gregg.
So, Billy, tell us a little bit about your Velocity 28 throwback, sir.
Well, so the Velocity is just my sponsor ever since the beginning. But this 03 car was the Steve Fleming's car, also from the mid to late 80s. Ran the sportsman division at Bowman Gray. I was a big fan. Everybody else was pulling for Jimmy Johnson, and I was pulling for Steve Fleming's. So just saw a picture of this car the other day and wanted to do it, and Kyler Staley did a good job for me. The P&F Flyer, that's what they called it, and it was
right.
It was one bad race car.
The P&F Flyer driven by Billy Gregg. All right, Cody, who was the driver of that 28 car? Who did we miss in the lineup?
Nate Gregg.
Nate Gregg. That's Nate. Now, Nate, tell us a little bit about your racetrack, your race car. Your daddy told us about the PF Flyer. How about this one in your Camaro 28?
Yes, so this is actually the paint scheme I was going to run in street stock at Bowman Gray in 2020 when we had COVID. So this car actually only raced twice at Caraway, and nobody really got to see it.
Wow. There you go. How about that? Thank you for your time, Nate. Thank you. All right, let's go now to Zach Staley. Zach, tell us a little bit about your throwback car, buddy, this number 7 Flaming Machine.
You talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's my baby. We just out here with the old 7 car, trying to get in the field and see what we can do.
All right. Thank you very much. There you go. Zach Staley talking about his baby right there. Somebody's got an Earnhardt throwback, and that is Kyler Staley. So Kyler can jump up here and join us as the field, I believe, is about to begin to roll here.
Yeah, so Kyler's actually got the thing, got the stream up to do the draw for the pill draw. So we won't actually get him. But he run a Earnhardt throwback in the late model, throwing back to Dylan Earnhardt's gray Earnhardt thing. And he just actually entered the stream, so let's get him up here. There he is.
There we go. Kyler, tell us a little bit about this throwback car, man. You're just a big Earnhardt fan of the Intimidator?
Well, I never got to watch him race, but I like Dale Jr., so I guess I automatically like Dale Sr.
There you go. I got you.
And I chose my first racing number because of Dale Sr. It was 3.
There you go. There's the thoughts of Kyler Staley.
And Kyler Staley, while we got you up here, give us a rundown real fast of the starting lineup.
Brian Jr. will be on the pole. Timothy Walters 2nd. Jackson Casper's 3rd. Colton Brooks is 4th. I'm 5th. My dad is 6th. Nate Gregg 7th. Chase Pierce 8th. Dominic Lumley 9th. And Billy Gregg 10th.
There you heard it. The starting lineup.
And they're not wasting no time. They're rolling 20 laps, by the way, is the distance. 20 laps the distance. As, looks like Kyler's burning it down. You got to win the race first, Kyler. What the hell are you doing? You got to win the race first. Humming. He's willing it in his head, right? There you go. Oh, the lights just went out again.
Yeah, right?
North Wilkesboro Speedway is where we are, and the final race of the All-Star Throwback Hall of Fame 120. I'm Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside. The field of street stocks are getting lined up, and this could hopefully be a fast 20-lapper. I'm hoping it is.
Yeah, for sure. Me and you both.
Time is not on my side right now, and you know that. I have other obligations in my life.
Yeah, so we're going to keep Wesley as long as we possibly can keep Wesley. If we're going to try to kidnap him for as long as we can, and hopefully this race doesn't take...
minus 16 more minutes, or 12, or 13 minutes, actually. 8:58, I'm gone.
So we're going to keep him as long as we can, and hopefully we'll be almost at the end of this one by the time if we have to kick him out.
Street stocks getting lined up. We've already given you the lineup. You've already heard some of the stories of some of the throwbacks of the race cars, and that's pretty cool. We grabbed about 4 or 5 as our guys. No, we didn't talk to Timothy Walters, though. We didn't talk to Walters. We didn't talk to Brian Sykes. We didn't talk to Lumley. So we are missing a couple more drivers, though.
Yeah, and them guys don't have a throwback. We had the guys that did have a throwback jump on the first stretch. Okay. That way we could go ahead and get them all done in one setting. And Wesley, I'd have to say that 28 car of Nate Gregg would probably have to be my favorite throwback. What about you?
I like the PF Flyer. I really do. I like the PF Flyer. I thought that was a lot better race car. So I'm going to go with the PF Flyer. Is that Billy Gregg, I believe it was?
Yep, Billy Gregg.
So you're going to go with the son, and I'm going to go with the dad.
Yep, that works for me.
There we go. And you see the field breaking apart, getting into position from virtue of the pill draw. The pace car hasn't even rolled away yet. And we'll get ready to go for 20 laps. Hey! Getting everybody into position here. Get a couple of preliminary laps here, Cody. We'll get ready to turn them loose.
Yes, sir. Get the field rolled up and set up right here by the time we get to back to the start-finish line. And hopefully we'll get the one to go, and everybody will be set up. We can go racing for 20 laps. Want to say thank you to Jonathan Sessoms and Kyler Kepley. Kyler Kepley, I believe he races. I know he races at the stadium, but I always can't remember if it's the Sportsman's or the Street Stocks that he races in at the stadium. So, and I believe he's run at Caraway a couple of times, hasn't he, Wesley?
It's a special time, and ready to see what these guys will be able to do. Love the throwback colors, love the teams. The street stocks, you gotta love them. And by the way, the road to that New Year's Bash is officially on countdown mode too. As you know, Cody, next race at Dillon Motor Speedway. I did the Fall Spectacular this past weekend. December 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the New Year's Bash for the street stocks. And we're street stock racing here at North Wilkesboro.
And we're already 3 wide. Off of turn 1, we are 3 wide down the backstretch. We're going to 2 wide it out here. So you see Jackson Casper in that 47 machine getting pushed by that number 3 Thunderbird of that Dale Earnhardt Jr. Oh, man!
Nelly. Oh, boy.
I think, Wesley, I seen like 4 cars get loose there off that one corner.
Wash it out on the opening lap. The 44 Hooters machine in the fence. And then the 7 car, Staley, nowhere to go. Look what happened to him.
Just comes up off of turn number 4. Whoa!
And then that 13 of Brooks popped out of nowhere. He was in the wall as well, and he popped in view again. Wash it out. Here's another look at it again.
3 wide off
going
of turn.
3 and 4 wide there for a second. Holy cow.
And yeah, it looks like he blinked there, and whoa, 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 whoa. Great job by him, and just to throw it out there, all street stock events, the starts are single file, restarts are all single file, so there will be no choose cone here, and lights are off, Wesley.
All right, we'll try this again. Lights off on the base car. Caution laps are counting to try to make the race go by quicker. Boy, oh boy. Let's try this again, shall we? Pace car onto the pit lane. You interrupted my life. We're coming back to green. Single file. 3 wide. Can they go 3 wide again? No, they will not. Give the whole shot again back to Brian Sykes of the 99. Contact, bonsai move on the bottom. And we're wrecking. Brooks saved it. I think another car went around.
Nope, the 28 saved it. Oh! Nick Gregg gonna lose it.
Cody, you like tamales?
Do I like tamales?
Yeah, hell no.
Never had them.
Me either. Until tonight. And I don't like them. Take them away.
Take them away.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness.
And there you see the 28 of Nate Gregg just loops it all on his own.
Chicken burger, it don't matter. It's nasty. I'd rather have a Doritos Locos Tacos. Okay? And that's not even a... That's... Hell no! Take it away. I don't want no more. What'd you say? Put hot sauce on it? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
13 laps to go for the street stocks. There's been already a couple of cautions in the opening 7 laps of this one. Somebody said, hey, you like tamales? You ever had tamales? No.
No.
Try them. Yeah! That's what chicken or fish. Or burger. Burger, I think it was. We're coming back to green. Come on, guys. Clock is ticking. We're down to 6 minutes. I can be with you. Back underway.
Here we go.
Poor Cody not been feeling well. I hope you get to feeling better, man.
Yeah, it's been rough that last couple of day and last night.
Inside, trying to go 3 wide. Look at Casper in the middle. And stays into that spot on the bottom, into the corner, into 1 and 2. That's Casper now up to 4th. Colton Brooks back to 5th. And they're battling side by side. By the way, we got a caution on the racetrack again. 44, Timothy Walter in trouble. Here's a look at the replay for what happened to the Hooters machine. Wow,
like
we're back under caution.
Looks like he just lost it. Looks like he might have hit that curb and all as well.
He already was loose, and then he dived into the corner, and the back end just came out from under him. Did Staley give him a little help, a little push? I don't know if he did or not. The 44 Walter was already in trouble.
Yeah, I think that the 44 machine was already spinning around there. So we go on board here with Zach Staley to see what happened. I believe indeed he did give him a little touch there, Wesley.
Sure did. Wow.
9 to go, coming back to the green this time.
So a quick caution as well. Pace car on pit road, ready to go back to it again. 9 remaining. 8 to go now for the street stocks here at Bowman Gray, a 20-lap race. And quickly, Brian Sykes up in front. Kyler Staley to second. For how long, though? Look at Jackson Casper on the outside, trying to make something work on the black cars on the bottom here, Cody.
Yes, we've seen Pierce working on the back bumper of that number 3 machine. Pierce winning the modified race, looking to go 2 for 2 tonight, but he's got a lot of struggle to do to get around that number 3 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. of Kyler Staley.
Brian Sykes Jr. up in front. There's the orange, black, and white. 99 leading behind them. Kyler Staley, the famed number 3 Earnhardt throwback of the Goodwrench colors. Chase Pierce on the outside of that 77. He's going to try to bonsai up on top. Trying to repeat, if you will, be repeat winner for the night here at the All-Star Throwback Hall of Fame Showdown.
So we got a 3-way battle for the race lead here with 5 laps to go.
Up by Sykes. Here comes the inside lane working with Staley and Pierce. Casper right there, ready to pounce on him like a coiled cobra. He's about to say boo 1 week later after Halloween. He's in that 4th spot. Casper watching the top 3 battle with 4 to go now. Slicing, dicing, throwing blocks, haymakers at one another. In the 5th goes Pierce. He drives up against the outside wall alongside Staley with 3 to go.
Pierce working the wheel. Whoa! Pierce going to give it, not have a lot of room. Staley going to be there. They're going to go up. Staley's going to slide up into him up off of 2. They're going to door bang.
And they make contact, and around goes Staley. Bound to happen. Chase Pierce, Kyler Staley, they were fighting for it. And the end result sees the 3 go around. He was literally protecting the bottom. And then Zach Staley was trying to keep from getting slammed into the fence. And then he battled back, and they door slammed off too here, Cody, and around they went. This is just good, hard racing, side draft and a spin, and that's what caused that accident there with now 3 to go.
Yes, sir. Get hard racing is what it was, and Kyler Staley going to come down the pit road, get his fast repair. And,
yep, sure did. I noticed it.
Going to back out on the racing surface. No tires for that machine.
Caution out with 3 to go. There you see the top 3 up in front. Brian Sykes Jr. trying to hold off Chase Pierce, who's trying to sweep the night. He won in the body modifieds, and now he's trying to get it done into the street stock fender cars.
Lights off on the
Lights are off on the pace car. That's right. You call it just like I did, Cody. Yep. We're trying to get this race in quickly. And thanks again to the Madhouse Iracing League for having me join you, Cody, as always, on Elevated TV, but also in the efforts of being due diligence to get this race done quickly. Back to the restart.
Chase Pierce going to give Brian Sykes the bumper. Brian Sykes going to go down to the bottom and try to block a little bit, knowing it's coming back to the white, side by side for your race
Here he
leaders that we're
comes.
going to do. Whoa!
And they door slam into one another. Sights up the hill. Here comes Pierce not backing away. Behind them, they're doing the same thing. White flag in the air, 1 to go. It's a 44. That's Timothy Walter, spins off 4. Meanwhile, they're bumping, they're slamming, they're bamming. And meanwhile, Chase Pierce
Oh my
has got
God!
it clear. Staley just crashes along with Billy Craig and company. And now the 99 just got turned. Brian Sykes Jr. in 4. It's going to be Chase Pearson to sweep them here at North Wilkesboro. He won in the modifieds. He wins in the street stocks. Chase Pierce, the 77, and they're not done crashing going into turn 1.
And Wesley, I got to go back and look at this. This
Boy, there
race.
might be some ticked off people right now, some hurt feelings. Look at this on the restart. Watch this again. Little bumping, little banging, and then they just get really, really intense behind them. This is the white flag lap. Set it up for us, Cody. What went wrong here with these guys?
It looks like Billy Gregg got into the 7 car. The 7 got loose, and then around they went, and just, oh my goodness.
Wow, what a hit at the crossover for Staley and Greg there. Wow.
I want to
Boy,
go.
oh boy.
I got to go on board with that one as we go on board here with the 7.
Look at all of the bumping and banging going on. This is in the front for the leaders coming to the white flag. Look at this. First 2 rows, not backing down. They're leaning on each other everywhere. Then all of a sudden, Cody, look at Zach Staley. I don't think he was expecting this.
Oh, that's not a place you want to hit, man. Wow. Yeah. Definitely not a.
Wow.
Not a place you want to hit. And I've seen some hard hits at some crossover gates with Coastal Plains, which is now New River. Chris Burns having a hard lick there, and the crossover gate just not a place you want to hit. So we're gonna get our race winner up here.
Cody Demers is going to carry you guys the rest of the way. I got to step away. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Cody. Hope you feel better, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Well, Chase Pierce, you swept the night. You led 3 laps, the last 3 laps that mattered. Man, walk me through them last 3 laps on that restart.
Well, I mean, I knew Brian Jr. wasn't going to give it to me easy. I mean, he's a tough competitor, and he wasn't going to cut me no slack there. He's going to run me hard as he could, and that's what he did. We had a good race those last couple laps to the finish. They ran me hard, ran me clean. I mean, I'm just happy to get it done, and I got a big points lead going into championship night, so hopefully we can close the deal out next week.
For sure. And, going there, it's coming to the white flag, coming into 3 and 4, big wrecking behind you. Did you anything in your mind think that, Brian Sykes or Colton Brooks or even Jackson Casper was going to drive off in there and give you a big door and fence you and to get the win, or did you think they would just race you clean?
Well, down there in 3, Junior drove it hard in there and then got my back bumper and got me sideways, but I drove out of it. I wasn't mad about it, I mean, I drove out of it and drove it to the checkered.
Well, any friends, family, sponsor-wise you want to thank for getting you done here?
Yeah, my parents, Top Hat Comics, Stick Shifter, Sim Racing, Don and D Stone, Red's Donut Shop, Toddle Chassis, Mark Keeman Performance, Bark Buddies. I believe that's everybody. Oh, you for the broadcast, Staley for the Great League, Iracing for the Great Sim.
Alrighty, coming home with the win here and sweeping the night, Chase L. Pierce. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that's going to do it here for us on Elevated TV. For everybody, for me, for Wesley Outland, for Kyler Staley and all the Madhouse Racing League guys, we'll see you Sunday night as it's championship week coming up next week at Nashville Mini for the Madhouse Racing League guys. If everybody enjoyed the races tonight, congratulations once again to Chase L. Pierce for the sweep on the night. Good night, everybody.